You might be thinking, as I explained Obadiah, Pastor Thomas, that's interesting history. And the prophets sound like they're interesting history, but that doesn't really apply to me right now in a classroom with friends in my own circle, in my own extracurriculars. Well, besides the 16 prophet books pointing us to a Messiah, the only one who can set you and I free from this curse of sin, the prophet books also show us a lot about God's character. Let's go back to Obadiah, for example. Obadiah shows that God has your back. Even if God is punishing you, maybe he's removing something from your life that you really like but is kind of bad for you, or it's become an idol, meaning it's just taken the place of God as your number one focus or priority or where your energy goes. God can be disciplining you, but he still has your back in the way that God had Israel's back, right? Because someone who's supposed to be Israel's friend ended up helping their enemies and harming them. And God says to Israel, I allowed you to get disciplined in this way, but I still have your back. I'm not going to abandon you. That's a characteristic of God that we see remains true throughout all of Scripture. God doesn't discipline because he thinks it's funny. He doesn't want to just embarrass you or get mad and go, zap, I made you go bald, ha, ha, ha. God doesn't do something like that. There's a purpose. And it's usually, almost always, for you to grow in your relationship with the Lord or to just reconnect. Maybe you've disconnected. So we can see something as simple as that. And you see that throughout all of the prophet books, these characteristics of God that are still true for you today, that are still relevant to you today.